when I first got Tribute to the Masters, you know, sometimes you put the CD in and you forget to put it on, take it off of random. So when it was on random, this was the first song that popped up, Just Ride.
Oh, really?
Tribute to George Duke.
George Duke. Yeah. Yeah, man. I think that one might be self-explanatory, especially the patches, man. I straight had George in mind. I mean, yeah. He was so influential. I mean, just George, period. I didn't have a specific album or a specific song in mind when I did Just Ride. I had George in mind, the musician, George in mind.
Exactly.
You know. Here's another one whose voicemail I saved. And I still have emails from George Duke. I just can't get rid of them. I remember Duke telling me, I was telling Duke about Lake Erie, 72nd Street, St. Clair. And I would go to Lake Erie and just listen to his record, Don't Let Go, and Follow the Rainbow. But there was a tune on the Don't Let Go album called The Future. Preface, and it goes into the future. And sometimes I would put that song on repeat. And sometimes tears would just pour because I wanted to get out of, and it's nothing against my hometown. I love Cleveland, Ohio. But I wanted to get out of Cleveland. I was 17, 18, trying to find my way, trying to figure out where am I going to get the help? How am I going to get out there and make a name for myself in the record business? I can't do it here in Cleveland. I got to go away, but I had no way out at the time. And that would boggle me down a lot as a kid. And I would go to Lake Erie whenever anything was on my mind. Whenever I was going through something, that was my safe haven. I would go there and just listen to music. And that was on my mind at the time. And Preface and the song, excuse me, I hate when that happens. Future. Preface and The Future would come on. And I always thought about my future when playing this tune. And I told George about it. You know, fast forward to, becoming Frank McComb and meeting people. And George and I sat down. We were having a conversation about it. He said, well, why don't you come up to the house, man? Let's have some coffee and write some lyrics to it. I'm like, what? Really? He said, yeah. Come on up to the house, man, and let's write some lyrics to it. So we try to plan it, we try to schedule it, and I call him, he's on the road, he calls me, I'm on the road. Hey, I'm home now, George, what you want to do? He's like, well, I got to do these string arrangements for such, man. Just try me next week. Next week I'm on the road, I got to do such. So that's what happened, man. We just kept missing each other. Schedules kept bumping heads, and never got around doing it. Next thing I know, he's sick, and he's gone. Yeah. So that won't ever be happening.
Man, it's interesting you bring up that story about just, missed opportunities. I did a consulting gig in Australia probably about 9 years ago. Mm-hmm. And when I came back, I was extremely jet lagged from being in Australia, and there was a George Duke concert, him and Stanley Clark at Cobb, somewhere in the Atlanta area. And I said, "Oh man, I can't make it. I'm just tired. I'm gonna fall asleep in the entire concert. It's not gonna be good." And 3 months later, there's a song. It's funny. A song on his last album that he did. It was called Ball and Chain.
Trails.
No, not Happy Trails.
Oh, okay.
It wasn't Happy Trails. It was
Happy Trails, man. That was a hard one.
Yeah, Happy Trails is hard. It's like I can't even listen. I can't even listen.
That was such a hard tune to listen to.
I couldn't even listen.
Happy Trails messed me up. Especially what he's saying at the end to Corinne. He's singing and talking directly to Corinne in that song, saying, I'm gonna see you soon, blah, blah, blah. But people didn't get it. He was saying, I'm checking out soon too. And I was like, oh
man.
Oh my God, man.
But
That's
the song,
crazy.
But the song that got me, I remember because I first downloaded it onto my phone. The song he did with, and this is just eerie that this song, Ball and Chain, is on this album. It's with Tina Marie, God rest her soul, and Jeff Lee Johnson, God rest his soul.
Another one.
And
wow, yeah.
And I was listening to that song, and just something in the back of my mind saying, man, I think with that, the way that he did that synth solo at the end, and how it just kind of faded off into the distance. I was just like, there's something about the song. It's like, man, I have a feeling he's saying goodbye. Because when I hear it now, it's like that's like to me listening to him, because he was the one that really ignited my jazz. You know, between Illusions and Snapshot, those are the two that introduced me to George Duke. By way of KJLH in LA. Shout out to KJLH. And listening to that synth solo at the end, I was like, something about it was just like, man, and it was, the sun was setting at the time that I was listening to Ball and Chain, driving up from Philly to New York for some work. And just, I was like, something about this is just like telling me goodbye. And then a couple weeks later, got the announcement. I was like, man, whew, okay, enough of that. Hold up. Man, hold on, I'm sorry.
That's crazy, ain't it? Oh my God, man. That's crazy. That's crazy. It's crazy.